Hola, hoy vamos a repasar los verbos reflexivos. ¿Ustedes empezaron a usar los verbos reflexivos el año pasado? Pero típicamente usamos estos verbos en el presente. Así, hoy vamos a repasar. ¿Cómo puedo reconocer un verbo reflexivo? En una hoja de vocabulario o en una hoja para tarea o una azahara, siempre vas a ver las letras C al final del infinitivo. Remember, el infinitivo is the unconjugated form of a verb. C es un pronombre reflexivo. Vamos a hablar más de los pronombres reflexivos en un minuto, pero primero, pausa el video y busca los 11 verbos reflexivos en las páginas 2 y 3 en la hoja de vocabulario sobre la salud. Y escribe estos verbos en las cajas en la primera página, en el centro de la primera página. Después de terminar, debes seguir. ¿Qué es un pronombre reflexivo? Tenemos pronombres reflexivos en inglés también. En inglés tenemos myself, yourself, for informal, himself, herself, yourself. I mean, informal, of course, in Spanish, but in English is pretty much all the same. Ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. En español tenemos me, te, se, nos, os, which would match with the vosotros conjugation only in España, y se. You may note that this chart with the pronouns, the reflexive pronouns, looks a lot like a conjugation chart, and there's a reason for that. The reason for that is that the reflexive pronouns, there's one to match up with each conjugation of a verb. So me matches up with the yo form, te matches up with the tu form, se matches up with the la usted form, nos with the nosotros form, os with the vosotros form, and se again with ellos and ustedes. These do not replace subject pronouns, and you can use them with subject pronouns. For example, it's perfectly fine to say yo me levanto, I get up. So be aware, these are a different type of pronoun as we move on, okay? Para conjugarlos. What I provide here is a 3-step process for conjugating reflexive verbs in the 4 tenses we're working with so far. So we've el presente, el pretérito, imperfecto, y el condicional. It is entirely up to you if you choose to follow these three steps and break it down a bit, or if you feel confident trying to do everything all at once. And if you feel confident trying to do everything all at once, that's absolutely fine. It's entirely up to you how you choose to approach it. The reason why I provide these 3 steps is for students who may need a little bit more time or a little bit more support when it comes to conjugating verbs and feeling comfortable and confident with it. Okay? So, los 3 pasos van a quitar la palabra se del infinitivo o forma sin conjugar del verbo. Después vas a conjugar el verbo en el tiempo verbal apropiado, el presente, pretérito, imperfecto y condicional. Y finalmente, vas a añadir el pronombre reflexivo apropiado antes de la conjugación del verbo. Ahora, en las páginas 2 y 3 del paquete, debes pausar el video y, como ejemplo, copiar las conjugaciones del verbo torcerse, to twist or to sprain, en el presente, el pretérito, el imperfecto y el condicional. You'll note that in the present tense, this is an irregular form yo verb, and it's also a stem changer, but it's completely regular in all other forms. After you finish with torcerse, vas a escoger un verbo reflexivo más de la hoja de vocabulario. Vas a conjugar el verbo en los espacios en las páginas 3 y 4. Y después de terminar, vas a llamar a la señora para que yo pueda chequear su trabajo. Cuando estés listo, vas a continuar. Ok, al final de página 4, ¿qué más tengo que saber? Que es posible que muchos verbos sean reflexivos y que hay verbos que tienen un significado si son reflexivos y otros si no son reflexivos. Así, en las cajas al final de la página 4, debes copiar los verbos y después los significados en inglés que yo digo. Hacer, por ejemplo, significa to make or to do. Hacerse significa to make oneself or to become. Poner significa to put or to place. Ponerse significa to put on, or in some cases also to become, depending on, like, to become angry. See, me puse enojado, I became angry. See? Depending on how it's being used. Levantar is to lift. Levantarse is to get up. So if I say to all of you, levántense, that's command, stand up, all of you, see? And romper does mean to break, but it means along the lines of to break something else. So I rompí el plato. I broke the plate. In other words, I dropped the plate probably, and I broke it. Romperse means to break oneself. So it's something you're really only going to use if you're talking about breaking a bone or something along those lines. So that's a distinction there. So be aware. If you're not certain if a verb can be reflexive or what the difference in meaning would be, if it's reflexive, it's absolutely 100% always okay to double check and ask. Okay? En la página 5, okay? Unas cosas más que debes saber. Que puedes poner el pronombre reflexivo casi siempre, almost always, antes de un verbo conjugado. In almost every situation, it's going to be okay to put a reflexive verb in front of a conjugated verb. You'll hear people say that, oh, it's not the most common way used. It's not at all times. If you've got, for example, a conjugated verb followed by an infinitive, otherwise known as an unconjugated verb. But it's always technically correct. So it is okay to do that, at least in my class, at all times, okay? You can put them al final del infinitivo de un verbo, so you can attach them to the end of an infinitive or an unconjugated form. Or you can attach them to the end of un participio presente, so present participle, and this does require an accent, poniéndose, resbalándome, you can see how that works there. And you are always, we'll be getting to this in this unit, but be aware you are always going to put them at the end of un mandato afirmativo. You worked a little bit with affirmative to commands last year, and this year you're going to be moving on to formal and plural commands. And so you're going to be adding this in terms of how to use reflexive pronouns with commands. Either once, and when we deal with that, you will learn that you cannot put a reflexive in front of an affirmative command, but that's right now not something you need to be concerned about for another couple of weeks or so, okay? Ahora debes practicar con conjuguemos. Gracias.